Thomas Jefferson is one of the most well-known, respected founding fathers whose contributions led to the establishment of the American Republic. Jefferson lived from 1743 to 1826 and is one of the historical figures that is known worldwide. His legacy includes composing the Declaration of Independence, which was the 13 U.S. colonies breaking away from the oppressive rule of George III and becoming a democracy. He served as the third president of the United States, and during his presidency, he served for 2 different terms. He was also a leading historical figure during the American Revolution. During the Revolutionary War, which lasted from 1775 to 1783, he served in many political offices. He served in the Virginia legislature, he was governor of Virginia, and he was also the U.S. foreign minister to France and served as an essential component in the negotiations between the French government and the new American government in getting aid from the French government to help the Continental forces that would later contribute to the victory of the Continental Army and would lead to the creation of what we know as America today. He also was the U.S. Secretary of State and was also the vice president under John Adams. Jefferson held the viewpoint that the national government should have a limited role in citizens' lives. During his time as president, he negotiated the purchase of the Louisiana Territory and supported the Lewis and Clark expedition of the western portion of North America. Jefferson held the belief that all men should have liberty, but he contradicted his own beliefs as he was a slave owner. His plantation was named Monticello and was located in Charlottesville, Virginia. He also owned a retreat home located in Bedford County, Virginia, which was named Poplar Forest, where he would spend much of his time in his later portion of life after his 2 terms as president. He was also one of the founders of the first non-religious college in America, and this was the University of Virginia. One thing to know about Jefferson that I find particularly important was that he studied the works of the Enlightenment philosophers. Jefferson was a scholar, historian, and a writer, and he was one that was not very religious, which was not like the other founding fathers who came from a background of the Anglican faith, the Presbyterian faith, the Methodist faith, all of those denominations that are associated with Christianity. But Jefferson was not very religious. He had a more humanistic approach to things of nature. And this really impacted the U.S. because he considered the Virginia Statute for Religious Freedom, which he authored in the late 1770s, and which Virginia lawmakers eventually passed in 1786. This was probably one of the most significant achievements of his career. It was really the forerunner to the First Amendment for the U.S. Constitution, which protects the people's right to worship as they choose. While Jefferson was not religious, he did advocate for liberty and that people should have the ability to worship as they want without fear of oppressive rule or persecution. And this is seen throughout many, many, many volumes of his writings, his books, and his legacy. And that is one of the things that I find most impactful about his legacy, was that he really opened the door for religious toleration in an age where there was not really, I wouldn't say necessarily voice, but there really wasn't a lot of toleration for respected religions, especially coming from the monarchical viewpoints that were in rule over the continent of Europe and that portion of the world. Jefferson is one of the founding fathers that I personally love to study, and he was just a very impactful American historical figure, and his legacy is seen and remembered today. Thank you.